Hi, welcome back to another Clean With Me vlog. In order to honor Lady Lilith today, I will be discussing a video response to the Happy Witch tag, created by Kelly Ann Maddox on YouTube, who created the following questions. 1. What makes you happiest about the fact that you are a witch? The fact that I have so many tools to create and affect change within myself and others makes me happy. The second question is, which practice do you tend to enjoy most in your practice and why? There are so many different ways to practice, which is one of the things I love the most. You can be a folk witch, a trad witch, a heathen witch, a fairy witch, a Hellenic witch, a Kemetic witch, any mix or match of that. You can have some theological matter that you weave into your practice, or you can be a secular witch. There's so many ways to do witchcraft, but what I enjoy in my own practice is working with spirits and helping others through energetic and healing modalities. I have been working with spirits for such a long time, and honestly, I find more in connection with spirits than I do with people, which I'm trying to work on. And I really like being able to put together um, different ways of like, there's so many ways to construct a spell, and it's never one of a kind, or it's never one way and always that way. And so there's so much variability, and you can always dive deeper into one subject of witchcraft, which will improve your outlook in so many different ways. The third question is, how have you changed in positive ways as a result of practicing the craft? The craft has allowed for me to see a kaleidoscope of possibilities, but it also has saved my life. 4. What has been the most positive result you have had from a spell or a ritual? The most positive results I have been able to have has been the ability to reconnect with people over time, which I thought had been lost to me. 5. How has your craft enriched the lives of others? In my opinion, how my craft has enriched the lives of others has been allowing me to help bridge connections between one person and another. Oftentimes, I find that people are seeking more connections, they're seeking community, and I'm able to help bridge that community either with other people in the community or with spirits. 6. What are you most looking forward to trying in your craft, and why? Creating more connections, as well as sharing my unmasked self. I think it's so important to be able to create connections with other people, as being connected, having a social network is important, especially as I begin to unmask myself. For a very long time, I have kind of allowed for myself to follow into the flow of what was socially okay and not okay. And I've just kind of stuck to that memo. But now I really want to start branching out and being who I am when nobody else is around, with people around. Um, because I love who I am, and I love what I've become, and I love what I want to do for the future. And the only way to move forward is to not only embrace myself, but to push myself forward out into the light, and find the people who are there or looking for other people like me. 7. What do you like most about the witchy community? What I love most about the witchy community is that there's so many wonderful people to learn from on all forms of witchcraft, in every aspect of the journey, from people who have practiced all their lives, from people who are just beginning, to people who, like, they were born to witches, which is very cool. I even like one of the older witches who isn't a witch anymore, but is still on a fantastical journey, is Lady Gravedancer, who has moved her spirituality into Christianity, and I think that's beautiful and wonderful. And it really shows that our path can look whatever it needs to look like for us, and that is the most important thing. And that there is no right or wrong way to the path that we have, that we choose before us, that, you know, we can do our healing and move back. And it's not even moving back, it's moving it in a new direction with some semblance of what was before. And we can still accept people as, you know, who they are. And with that said, like, I do value the other thing I love from the witchy community, especially in videos, is like witchy tours. I love to see how other people keep their magic in their home, how they decorate their altar, and how the things that have moved in or out of their lives that have carried the essence of magic to them. 8. How do you envision your craft evolving positively in the future? One of the ways I envision my craft evolving is becoming more community-based and helping other people find the ease of access to magic. Whether it's witchcraft or some other variation of spiritual, magical practice, it doesn't really matter. I think it's so important that we keep these older traditions alive, that we keep embracing new ideas and traditions and practices, and combining the two of them as we do in our current existence. I really want to help people feel like they can practice in whichever way. I think personally, something that it took me a while to understand and really embrace is that unlike some dogmatic theologies, such as the Abrahamic religions, where it's typically this is how we practice. If you go into a church, it doesn't really matter the church. They kind of all look the same. They do have some differences, Latter-day Saints, their temples look a little bit different from the Catholic churches that, especially like on the East Coast, that have like stained glass and ornate pictures inside them. But witchcraft is not that, where your craft needs to look like somebody else's. It can look very different, and you might not even be able to point out that is or is not witchcraft, which I think is so beautiful. And I think lots of people get stuck with this idea that I have to look like how this influencer looks, and that, like, you can, but it doesn't have to be that way. and you can just practice however you need to practice. It's accessible, it's opportunative, and it's restrictive to no one. The next question, number 9, is how do you keep your witchcraft practice healthy, happy, and productive? One of the things I really have beginning to really embrace is allowing for change in how I practice. I shouldn't say beginning, because it's something that I've settled with like 10 years ago, where like it doesn't need to look the same. In the recent past, I noticed that I would pick up magic like every 6 months, and I'd let it go, and I'd come back, and I'd let it go. But one of the things I'm wanting to do a little bit more of is be more consistent in the magic that I do, because I do think it has, in my opinion, a change in my mood. I really do think it helps me, keep more grounded, be more connected, but it also helps me to plan out my goals and see them through. And under not just the manifestation, but like the physical aspects of it. Something that I've always struggled with. And I really think that that's really helped me over time to better organize and better clean my house, which I have struggled with. It's also, what was the question again? The other thing that I have been doing is, or I'm wanting to change, is I'm wanting to move into more of a devotional period in my life. I work with so many different spirits, and I love them equally. I do love them. I do love them each in their own way, but I really want to start connecting even deeper than I already do with some of them, and really working them and weaving them into my life more so. There's been so much that has changed, especially this year, so quickly, that I'm so happy and proud of, especially of myself. There's so many things that I have accomplished this year that I don't know I would have been able to have done it without magic. But I mean, I won't know until I try this life again without magic. I've also been trying to plan things more consecutively, where like I'm actually, I have this spell to do on this day, and I have, this ritual to do then, and I need to do, I need to make this ingredient for this spell later, but also recognizing that sometimes if I have made it, I might need to do some prep work to make sure that the spells I do, especially on days when I don't have as much energy, like all I have to do is kind of mix the ingredients together. The final question is, what piece of advice would you love to share with other witches to help make your path more positive? My one piece of advice would be, let it be your own. I think I spoke of this just within the last couple questions, but magic doesn't have to be anything else but what you want it to be. In my opinion, magic is the same thing as passion. When we are passionate about something, magic just flows. So it doesn't matter if you're a mechanical witch, if you're a mathematician witch, an artist witch, or data analysis witch. As long as it is passion, you can work magic and witchcraft into it and from it. I'd love to hear your answers or video responses to this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like these style of videos. I am working on different filming angles. I think I kind of like this one, but I think I'm gonna make my tripod a little bit taller next time so you can see over my shoulder and see what is going on. So the other thing that I have been posting, not only on this channel, but on other channels, has been daily divination videos. I may start trimming those down to 1 a day. I've been doing 3 a day. I've been doing tarot, dominoes, and dice. And I think I may just move into I think I'll do 1 or 2 domino pulls for the week. I might do 1 or 2 domino or dice throws for the week. And then I think I'll do, I really like tarot, and I have a secret project I'm working on with it. So if you like seeing those, please let me know. And then the other thing is I really want to start bringing more spirit work into this. One of the current spirits I'm kind of working with is the spirit of the chicken. I consider it to be a very good ancestor, and I'm thinking about making its own kind of post. If you're interested in that, let me know. And then one of the other things I kind of want to do is spell along, or you know how we used to see the draw with me. I kind of want to do a spell with me. Let's have an idea for a spell we're going to do and the different ways we could put it together. So you put your spell together and I put my spell together, and it's the same idea. And this way, we're learning from each other. But I don't know anything about that. Let me know what you think about that also down in the comments. Give a like and a follow if you want, but no pressure. So with that said, thank you so much for watching, especially if you've made it pretty much to this point, which is at the end. I hope you have a fantastical, witchy, and magical day. Bye!